Good morning, DCP scholars. Did you ever want to create a mail merge and send out a blastogram, right? Send out an email that has a few fields that you can easily customize per person to send out information. Like, so for me, I needed to recently send out passwords and usernames for our final exam where students needed to take it through a certain software site. So instead of trying to copy and paste and do that, for the 50 students in my class, I Googled how to do that using Gmail and Google Sheets. And this is my summary of doing it. I kind of rewrote it from my experience, and hopefully that will help you. So this is not my original solution. I will include the link to this information here, but it's pretty simple. So what you need to do is to open this document, and the link will be with the video. And it has the instructions. So you can go follow the link to the original instructions. You do want to follow the link to my Google Sheet, and you're going to need to make a copy of this Google Sheet. Okay, when you make the copy, you should have a mail merge icon show up on the menu. If it does not, close the sheet and open it again. I can't remember whether it worked for me or not, but it's looking at the code, and if the code exists, it should create this when it opens. If it doesn't open, that was that instruction. If it doesn't open, go to Tools and Script Editor, and it may have like a default little function right there. You're going to follow the link in this doc and paste and select all of that code. Command A or Control A, copy it, and then just go ahead and paste it into the script editor. Now, once that's done, you need to save it, close it, and then you need to reload this doc again. And mail merge should show up then. Okay, if you create a script via Tools Script Editor, it gets bound to your Google Sheet, and if it creates a menu item, it should show that item when you open it. So I have mail merge here. Basically, in this sheet, you need to have two columns. So there are two fields that are required for the script one. One is called recipient, spelled that way, and one is called email sent, spelled that way. And they can be in any location. And then the other information in here is anything you want to have or may use. And you can have stuff in here that you're not going to use, right? So you could, in theory, have a Google Sheet with all this grades and stuff like that, and then you're just going to pull off like their first name, their email address, and their score and send an email to them. Okay, so the columns are, the data is whatever you want. You do want to have a good heading column with the names because that's what you're going to go put in your email. Okay, so in the mail merge email, right, you're just going to create this email, and where you want to merge in data from the sheet, you're going to do left squiggly bracket, and the column name, right? So here I'm using first name, here I'm using first, which is the column in my sheet, okay? And then down here, I have username, which is a column in my sheet, and password, which is a column in my sheet, okay? And then I even have closing in case I wanted to say something differently there. So you can have your email formatted however you want, right? And wherever you have one of these pairs of left and right squiggly brackets wrapped around a name, it's going to go match that name in the sheet, and then for that person, for that recipient, fill in that information in their version of the email. Okay, so I like to create the email in a copy of this Google Doc, and then I go to Gmail and I compose it. Right, I paste it in, and then I come up with my subject. Right now I'm going to say test email, please ignore, so that Brandon and Lucas and Amber don't get too annoyed with me. And I need this subject. So when the script runs, I need to tell it what's the subject of the email that's in my drafts folder for it to use. Okay, and so now that I have it done, I can close this, right? And now it's here in drafts. Test email, please ignore. And so if I come to my sheet, I can run the mail merge, click send emails. You need to authorize it, and this is where I get hung up. Oh, cool, it works this time. I have multiple Gmail accounts. And it sometimes wants to choose my other one, and then it doesn't work. Okay, so now it's authorized, and I'm going to run it again. It took it one time to authorize, and it's going to ask you, what's type or copy paste the subject line from the draft message. That's why I copy it, because I don't type it in wrong. I say okay. And then it takes a little time to run. The more people you have, the more time it takes to run. And now it says finish script, and it changes the email sent to today's date. And now if I actually come over to Gmail and I look at sent, right, I can actually see those 4 emails here. One to Brandon, one to me, one to Lucas, and one to Amy. Okay, so that's basically it. The details in the Google Doc remind you that you need to have that recipient and that email sent column. All right, so these 2 yellow columns, these are the ones that you have to have, and you can't change the name on it unless you want to go play with the code. The other columns are whatever you want, and whether you use them or not is up to you. Okay, yeah, and my tip is to copy this Google Doc, right? So every time you're going to do one of these blastograms, one of these mail merges, copy this doc, put the information you want in there, so that it's easy to now go copy and paste it and have the instructions together. Yeah, that's it. Hope this helps. Yeah, and it's pretty simple to do. Once you've used it a couple of times, it's crazy simple. You get used to it, and you'll be blasting out emails to your students and stuff all the time. Catch you later. Have a great one. Bye.